because we're gonna do another one just to show you guys. Got here to the shop late, taking care of the baby, and I rolled up to this shop. I don't even know what the hell it is. Mike can tell you more about it, but it looks crazy. Look at this. What the hell is this? Speedy Cop brought us his 8-wheel machine.
One of one.
One of one. You got this off eBay?
I did back in 2010.
Okay. So this thing, it's pretty much an unfinished project from somebody from a long time ago. Definitely a lot of work went into this thing. And we're gonna finish it.
They tell me it was over $100,000 invested in this thing back in like the 80s and 90s. And then it sat in storage for a lot of years after the guy that was building it passed away.
Yeah.
When you look at the meticulous workmanship on this car, you're going to believe it. So it's got gull wing doors. The frames are mounted and hinged. The doors themselves, the skins are not mounted right now, so they will actually lift out of the way at the moment. But both of them flip up. The front tilts forward, the rear tilts back. We'll show it to you. I'll open up here in a minute.
Kind of like that old Lambo,
Yep.
the Countach, is it? Or?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Badass car. I think I even calculated out what's called the Ackerman angle, where each further axle forward, like on a crane, has to turn a little bit more because the wheelbase is further out. So when you turn the front wheels, you see the front axle turns a little bit more than the second axle.
And then both wheels on the back spin also.
Yep, it's got a custom pass-through like a dump truck to power the second differential. It's way over the top. The guy was clearly a genius, fabrication genius. I understand he was an aircraft engineer, and I believe it looking at this car.
So everything on this thing's pretty much been hand built. The body, interior, seats, exhaust, and even when it comes to the engine. So the reason that this is here is because it has a 4-rotor. And same as with the car, the 4-rotor is also interesting. It's actually two 12A engines mated together with a special adapter, which was, you know, I'd never seen it before, and it was definitely something interesting. And it, you know, it actually worked. You had it running at a point. Yeah.
Yep.
So when he bought the car, he had it running, and you know, we decided to take it apart, go through it, make sure everything's good, and pretty much modernize it because it was running on 4 spark plugs, 4 coils. It was like a wasted spark system and carbureted. So which now we're gonna put the engine together, do direct fire and fuel injection. That way we can get this thing running.
It was crazy loud, and it would shoot big blue flames out right here at ankle height on either side. Everything on this car is obnoxiously heavy. Everything is heavy gauge square tube steel, the entire chassis. The fiberglass is all hand laid, but it's so thick. It's about that thick. You can walk on any surface on this car. It doesn't even really flex at all.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
Got 8 rotors for braking. It's not gonna be like something crazy fast, but it's definitely gonna be like something
It
like
melts
unique.
faces.
Yeah, it's gonna be a torque monster, 100%. So here the doors off, and this just opens up.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Weight was not a concern when he was building this car. So this whole thing lifts. I have to get you to lift the other side with me. It has its own locking mechanism. It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep going. It'll lock there, and I think it locks once more further up.
All right. So I'm gonna show you guys the engine at some point when we put it all assembled, painted, back in the car. We're gonna get it running. We're gonna get it dynoed. We're gonna fix some body stuff. Pretty much finalize it to the point that, you know, he can drive it and do whatever he needs to.
Yo no sé cómo lo va a montar en el dyno. So my dad was saying you can't wait to just see Mike just sitting here for hours talking to people about the car instead of working. Look at him, he's already in love. We're gonna need the Bobcat to move this shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't it weigh like 8,000 pounds?
Yeah. Yeah, might move fine.
Yeah, I get the easy work. Nice.
You imagine pulling up to the meet and you pull the wheel a little bit to the side.
You
Show
want
'em
to turn
the
it some more,
stance.
turn it some more, and you see how the front axle turns a little bit more.
Oh, we can go drifting with this
Got
thing.
more steering lock than John
Yeah, well-
seat.
How are you gonna wire all those buttons, man?
I don't know. What do the buttons do?
A little bit of everything. Fuel pumps, ignition, different things, lights.
Oh, so they all work.
Yeah,
They're all wired up. I don't know what they all do. There's fans and stuff.
yeah, this car ran.
Yo, look at that. I can't really see it. Get your flashlight. Oh, I can see it now.
Oh, okay.
Look at all those buttons, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever built this car was probably an engineer and went crazy and just started spending all this money.
Hey, Mark, he just never finished.
All right, so the car. Yo, shut up.
Oh, okay, fuck you.
All right, so the car's in its permanent home for I don't know till Mike figures how to get it running, but this is what came out of it. So this big ass block, which Mike's gonna tell us more about.
This is two 12As that came out of there, and they were adapted with this centerpiece right here. So both engines are built separately, and then they get bolted into this adapter right here, and only one shaft is modified with splines. So how this engine works is this spline piece right here goes into the shaft, and then this goes on the counterweight of the rear motor, and you couple them together, and that's how you make a four rotor out of two engines.
So instead of doing what's behind you,
Yeah, so this is the traditional four rotor, which is three-piece E-shaft.
and that's whose engine?
My engine.
Is your engine?
Yes, my engine.
This is way cooler though. I don't care about shit about your engine.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean,
way
it's
cooler.
different. So that's a traditional four rotor. This is like a homemade four rotor, pretty much.
I don't know, man. He got you beat. He has dry sump, crazy exhaust, crazy water pump setup to feed the other engine, 4 carburetors, and yeah, this is a lot of machine work. Who the hell did this?
We don't know. If anybody knows who did this car, let us know. But right now, like the plan is, the car obviously ran before, but it ran on 4 spark plugs, which we're gonna do direct fire, so we're gonna run 8. And it ran carbureted, which we're gonna get rid of, and we're gonna make it fuel injected, just so we can get the most out of it. Because obviously, this is a big, heavy car. And
Do you show how big the frame is on this thing? Yeah, that's a lot of frame,
So-
Mike.
Obviously, putting 2 engines together with an adapter makes it super, super long, so you can't really fit that in anything other than something crazy like this. So this has the space to fit that big engine.
What's all gonna change on here?
So we're probably gonna do something about this, maybe keep it, maybe not.
I like it.
But these Webers or Deloros are gonna get changed, and we're gonna put EFI hardware ones,
Hmm.
just so we can have injectors. Other than that, everything is gonna stay the same, as an oiling system and all that stuff. The adapter is gonna stay the same. The coupler is gonna stay the same, and we're just gonna port it. These are stock engines, and we're gonna make them either street port or whatever.
Street port? No. This thing needs a bridge, man.
So since it's 2 separate engines, you need cooling for this one, because this is a rear plate and this is a front one. So this adapter also feeds coolant to the rear engine. That's how everything is like ran through here. So this is the inlet and outlet back out.
So what do you think went through this guy's head when he was doing this? Like what
Well,
inspired him?
I mean, I don't know what people were doing in the 80s, but like definitely it smart person put this together. Like it wasn't.
Well, yeah, I was an engineer. Cause like half of the stuff on here actually like it's pretty crazy even to this day. Like the coupler itself is actually machined really nicely, and it's all handmade. So this water pump, super crazy design. Dry sump, and then he made his own trigger setup too because he can't have the factory trigger because the dry sump bracket was in the way. So so this guy did his homework. This guy did a lot of homework on this thing.
So pretty much we're, already ran, so we're just gonna modernize it a little bit with, ECU, direct fire.
So where's the transmission for this thing at?
Oh, the golf cart right there.
That little thing?
Yeah,